You said something that made me write down the word reflection. And what I mean by this is, for some reason, I realized at a certain point in my career that the way my students were tackling a lesson was a direct reflection of me.
Hmm.
And I'm not talking about walking into a really difficult class first day. Oh, it's all my fault because they're out of control. Like I'm talking about a class that you've been with for a while. And today it's not happening. We're at war, blah, blah, blah. And I think, oh my God, Richard, it's 100% your fault, right? Because I'm not in the mood or like I've been reacting instead of responding, whatever, a million things. But then when I was reflecting on that, I'm not sure that's all that normal, but I think it should be. What's your take on that? And is that something we should be thinking about? Because I think it gives us more control if we realize that well, it's not a teaching thing, it's a life thing. It happens in relationships, it happens in with your kids, it's like it's a reflection. So if you adopt that to the classroom, it's quite empowering. It's also a bit confronting, but it's empowering because it gives you so much more control because it makes you realize you've got so much more control.
Yep, I would agree with you. I think you do have an awful lot of impact in that classroom. It's also important to be kind to yourself and remember that you're human. And
Yeah, yeah,
everybody has days when they come
yeah,
in
yeah,
and you
yeah.
know what? I didn't sleep last night. The kids kept me awake. Yeah, just be aware that you're a little bit grumpy, or maybe you've got a little bit of a short fuse, and it is going to impact what happens in the classroom. Kids tend to be forgiving if they can understand where you're coming from.
You might
And
you might want to
it's
advertise that up front to that
yeah,
in
yeah.
that lesson.
Absolutely. I think it's confusing for them if 90% of the time you're one way and you come in and you're not. It's they're off kilter because their normal has changed. What if you give them a why, they can be understanding. If they don't understand why their normal is different, then it plays into how they see the class and how they respond for the rest of the day and the rest of the lesson.
Which leads me to apologies because I remember one class, I lost it. I can't remember the details, felt so bad. And I walked in the next day and I said, right, everyone, let me give you the drum, right? Let me give you the drill. I completely blew it last lesson. I gave all these examples and I said, I apologize. If you accept that, let's move on. And you could just see the relief in the kids. It's like, oh, this guy's okay. He had a bad day, yeah, and he's human. And then because apologies are so powerful anyway. But yeah,
I think it's important for kids to see their teachers apologize too. If you know you've done something, just apologize.
yeah,
They feel like they are
it's
being
so
told to
powerful.
apologize a lot. Yeah. Being
Yeah,
able to, yeah, you do it too. It's fine. We can all make a mistake. It's okay to make a mistake as long as we grow from it, as long as we learn from it, as long as we
exactly.
genuinely reflect on it and try not to do the same thing again.
Well, we're trying to engender that in our kids, aren't we? So why not
See it
demonstrate
from
that
everybody.
from the front?
Yep.